was from Michaela Swedlin, all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. She's our digital literacy and education consultant, so one of our board members, so really happy to have her with us. So welcome everybody. So fun to see you. I can't see everybody, but I see a lot of nice squares filled in. So thanks for joining us for Mid-Metro Academy's virtual open house. I'm Rebecca Hope. I'm the director of Mid-Metro Academy. So many of you know, but some may not, Mid-Metro Academy is a nonprofit educational organization that supports homeschool families by offering a variety of academic, arts, and career-oriented classes for students who are in 7th to 12th grades. Our classes meet once a week. We have Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are our meeting days. And we meet in St. Paul at St. Mark's School, and 15 weeks in the fall semester and 15 weeks in the spring semester. So families just choose the class or the classes that they want that will help them meet their family's educational goals. So here at Mid-Metro Academy, we're committed to a dynamic, interactive classroom environment that's face-to-face, and that's why we're doing this. Oh well, this is as close as we can get to face-to-face right now, but we love that in-person classroom, and we can't wait to get back there with your students. So we know that by students learn by doing, and by interacting with each other. It's not like a download from the teacher's head into the student's brain, right? But students learn from each other. And our classes are designed to help students prepare for success in life and in 21st century careers by enhancing their problem-solving abilities, their communication, and their teamwork skills. Homeschoolers have always been innovators, right? Haven't we been? So we are too at Mid-Metro Academy. So our Wednesday classes, we are starting these career track classes, which we're really excited about. And they use the STEAM model, S-T-E-A-M, and that stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And that will help give students the competitive edge in as employees or as entrepreneurs if they decide to go that route. Then our Tuesday classes, that's our PSEO day. And we use a unique cohort approach that's new this year, nobody is really doing except us, to give juniors and seniors in high school that extra social and emotional support that they need as they embark on their college journey. Then our Monday classes, that's when we have our core academic classes, and they cover all the important bases for secondary school students. Many offer what we call a flipped classroom approach, and that means that during the week they access the content of the class at home, whether that's through video or textbook or some other handouts that the teacher has provided. And then when they get back once a week, they come back to the class, then they can have all kinds of interactive learning with each other and collaborative learning. And that's, you know, we homeschoolers, you know, that we need those kids to have that social engagement, right? And so we want to provide that piece. So we are new, but we're experienced. In a moment, you're going to have a chance to meet our teachers. I really didn't do the math to add up all our collective years of experience because that might make us feel too old. It's probably over a couple centuries, right? But we're not old. We're very energetic, and we've got a lot of great ideas on how to help your students learn. Many of our teachers are currently teaching for one more day at Yay Academy. We owe a debt of gratitude to Skip and Cher Baumhoffner, who started Yay Academy. They gave us the opportunity to create these strong bonds of support support that we have between the parents and students and us teachers. And they also, Skip and share, when they announced that Yay Academy would be closing at the end of this school year, they threw their support behind us in our launch of Mid-Metro Academy, and they allowed us to promote our academy to current Yay families, which is how a lot of you have heard about us. So we're very thankful and grateful to the Baumhoffners for that. If your students have taken classes at Yay in the past, you're going to recognize some things that will be very similar to the way that we've set things up. But we've also made plenty of changes and updates and innovations, which I think you'll like. Most importantly, we've tried to be receptive to comments that we've been getting from our families, parents, and students as we've been setting this up. So reacting to this feedback, plus the COVID-19 pandemic, has created, shall we say, a rather fluid start to our academy, to put it mildly, right?
Changing every day.
Changing every day. So if you've been following us for the last 3 months as we've been getting this going, you've noticed some changes, things we said, and then we said not, and then we said different. But thanks for your patience through that all. We're just trying to be responsive and give you the absolute best that we can give you for your students. So what you're going to hear tonight is as solid as we can make it right now. We have already 70 member families representing 107 students that are already signed up. And we expect many more will join between tonight and the first day of regular fall class registration, which is next Monday, May 6th. So we have our schedule, we have our location, we have most of our teachers. Not bad for launching a new academy in the middle of an unprecedented worldwide pandemic, right?
We need to pat ourselves on the back a little, I think.
Yeah, but your support, everyone who's here, thank you so much. You guys have made it possible. All our families that have given us so much encouragement. So here's what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to turn it over to our program administrator, Lindsay Brist, and she'll be explaining the registration process, which I know many of you are anxious to hear about and may have questions. She's just going to give us a brief overview right now, but if you have more specific questions, you can stay in this main session or come back here at any point during the evening to ask your specific questions. Then our teachers are going to briefly introduce themselves so that you'll be able to put a name to a face and you'll know which breakout rooms you want to visit. So when they introduce themselves, go ahead and just keep a little list of your own and jot down the names of the teachers that you want to go visit in their breakout rooms. After we've heard from each of our teachers, then I'm going to explain that procedure for how to go around to the breakout rooms. So a little bit different way of doing it, but it's basically the idea that you would be going around to teachers' tables at an on-site open house. We've kind of constructed what we hope will be a good alternative for that. All right, I'm going to turn that over to Lindsay now.
Okay. That dinging is a little distracting. Are we able to turn that off?
Maybe not. I think I have to go.
Joining us.
It's supposed to be only mine that you could hear, but if I mute myself, maybe you won't hear it.
Maybe that's what's happening. So I'm Lindsay Brist. I am the program administrator for Mid-Metro Academy. I have worked with Yay for many years in various different forms. I was a student there back in high school as well, so I'm not new to this sort of program, and I'm very excited to be taking what I've learned there and bringing it to Mid-Metro. So if you're ever emailing the help@midmetroacademy.com email address, that comes to me. No question is dumb, no question is too small. We are here to make sure that you have a really smooth experience and a positive one. So that being said, we are very excited in the website program that we are using for Mid-Metro Academy. We're doing it through a program called homeschoollife.com, which is formulated specifically for homeschool groups like ours. So that's the shell that we are building our website around. And it allows us to put everything in one place. So your membership registration and your class registration and everything, all of your information, it's all going to happen in the one place on our website. I am going to try to do the screen sharing here because it will make more sense if you can see what I can see. So give me a second here. Share screen. This one. Okay. So, when you go to our main page of our website, you can, under schedule and registration, I've just recently put up a page that talks about the registration process and how to register for classes in 6 easy steps. The first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that your Mid-Metro account is up to date and your membership balance is paid. You'll be able to tell if that's the case because it will show balance $0 up at the top here. If you haven't paid it yet, you can click on that and it'll bring you right to the page to pay your membership balance. Once that's all been paid, you'll be allowed to register for classes. So you're going to want to go to the class schedule page. And this is one of the most exciting things about this website. We have our class schedule, our class descriptions, and registration all in the same page. So you can look specifically at the classes. We have the periods listed at the top because they're a little bit different for our secondary classes than they are for our PSEO classes. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, that's the PSEO classes there, and you can see the periods listed here. You click on a class that you want to register your student for, and I'm on a page that doesn't have any students, unfortunately, but my child is 1 year old, so she's not able to register yet. So if you have a student that's applicable for the class, it'll show right underneath this registration, it'll show all your students listed. You simply tick the box next to the student you want to register for the class and then select the register button. And you should get a pop-up that says, you know, your child has been registered for this class. It is that easy. It seems like it's too easy, but it is that easy. Then what's going to happen is it might still show balance $0 up here, but if you refresh the page, it'll show what your balance is at. One really important thing, I know this is kind of sticker shock here, but we are having one registration period for the full year. So these prices are for the full year. If a class is only a 1 semester class, it'll have the price listed for just the 1 semester. But you don't have to pay for it all up front. We are going to be splitting it into 2 payments so you can pay for the fall semester. You have up until August 7th, and then the second half will be due beginning of January for spring semester. So don't freak out when you see those prices. It will only be half of that for the first semester. And then, then you'll go up to the top and hit your balance and check out from there. And it'll have you do it through PayPal. You do each class individually, but it's just really straightforward down the page. The one thing that I do need to mention is if you're registering for PSEO classes, just go ahead and select the cohort registration and register for that, since it is for all the classes included, and that is for both semesters. If you do have a senior this year, I know we're making some different changes with that. Just go ahead and email me if they're wanting to sign up for just 1 or 2 classes, and we can make that happen separately. But I think, Becky, anything else? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you. That was so good to just be able to walk through that right on the screen. So there's some advantages, right, to doing a Zoom meeting. Okay. Yeah, and thanks, Lindsay, for all the great work you've done on the website and registration process. Looking really good. All right, so now remember, so Lindsay will be in this main room. If you have more specific questions, you can talk to her about that later after we break. So now we're going to have a quick introduction of each of our teachers. And first up, Sandy Adler.
I got muted somehow, not by choice, sorry. Everyone, hope you can hear me. I'm Sandy Other, and I am one of the fine arts tutors joining the Mid-Metro team this fall. I'm really excited to be part of this wonderful new organization, and I absolutely can't wait to meet new students and families this fall. Can't wait. My classes this year will be Drawing Basics, Mixed Media A, and then in the spring, beginning Oil Pastels. These are all described fully on the website, so I won't go into them now. I just want to say that in all of my classes, the most important thing that I want to offer young artists is just the sheer joy of art. I want them to be so excited about the projects that they actually want to learn the techniques and skills and stuff they need to know to get to the place where they're doing those projects. And I kind of feel like if I can't leave students with a taste of that kind of joy, that I haven't done my job as an art tutor. I feel that way about music too. But so with that in mind, I try to make every lesson compelling and fun for the kids, while at the same time introducing and honing all those wonderful foundations of art that they need to know, such as line and form and perspective and dimension, light and shadow, color and blending, and then a sense of mastery of new mediums that they may not have worked with before. And my hope, of course, is that all these skills will enable students to incorporate those concepts independently in the future as time goes on. When they have their own ideas and they want to do a piece, they're undergirded with these skills that they take for the rest of their lives into their artwork. So I'd love to talk to you about your particular student and how they fit into my classes and how those work sequentially and all those kind of details, and answer any questions you may have. So join me in my breakout room later and with your student if you want to, and I'd love to talk to both of you. So I'll hand off to Carla.
Okay. Sorry, I have two things. One is my dog. I've been on Zoom a lot today, so my dog is absolutely crazy right now. So sorry if I'm distracted. I'm just trying to keep her quiet. She's got the squeaky. Anyway, hi, I'm Carla. Joy, can you unmute yourself too?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
So Joy, we are from CB Productions, and I am the CB in CB. And this is my 20th year of running this company. So we do theater arts. We do classes, all different levels, 1, 2, and 3. And this year, Joy is also going to be doing an improvisation for leadership class on the career day. Our levels 1 and 2, level 1 is open to anyone. Level 2, you have to take level 1 in order to get into level 2. And level 3, obviously, you have to take level 1, level 2, and then you get into level 3. Improv is open to anyone, improvisation, yes. Interested in doing that. We're really excited to be part of MMA also. I think it's a really great experience. I've worked with a lot of these people before at Yay, so that's pretty exciting that we all kind of transferred over. So if you have any questions, make sure you come and ask us. I think the most exciting thing about our program is that we not only teach theater, but we teach life skills. That's pretty much what we focus on, is using theater arts to help us learn how to communicate, understand body language through all of our senses, and hopefully make us a little bit more aware of the environment around us and keep being mindful. Joy, do you have anything you want to say? How long you've been working with me? And
I've been working, I think, with Carla for about 12 years, I think, is what we when we do math for theater teachers. So I don't know, we can only do even math, like how many pairs can we have? Yeah. But come and talk to us. We'd love to answer any questions. And these classes are, like Carla said, great life building skills that anybody can use, even if you don't want to be a performer. Our classes are not just for people who want to pursue the arts, but maybe we'll convince you that you really do, because who doesn't want to, right? So we can't wait to talk with you. And we will turn it over to Miranda. Ooh, you're muted.
All right, hello everybody. So I'm Assistant Director at Mid-Metro. Thank you for coming. I am also the World Geography and World History teacher. I will be teaching both of those classes as full year classes next year. And I have been teaching, I've taught at Yay for 4 years. I taught I've taught world history, and I've taught world geography for 4 years. I've taught AP Human Geography, and I've also taught PSEO Human Geography. I love teaching these types of classes, and basically, I like to teach low anxiety differentiated classes. They're all flipped classroom models, and they're all no textbooks allowed. So basically, there's a lot of video curriculum, and I just try to make it as investigative and creative as possible, and try to basically, the curriculum is changed for each student as needed, because I don't want students to be held back in learning by any different learning style or learning challenge. So yeah, classes are a lot of fun. I'm also the career coordinator, the career track coordinator for Mid-Metro. So if you have any questions about the career track, please talk to me. I'm super excited about this track, and I'd love to answer your questions. So anyway, either any of those things, come and talk to me in my breakout room.
Hi, my name is Lee DeLisi, and I am the math instructor for Mid-Metro Academy. I recognize a lot of you, which is great, and I see many more potential new math students, which just makes me thrilled. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have an undergraduate degree in accounting, and I have a master's degree in education, in curriculum and instruction, which all sounds all highfalutin, but really I think what you need to know is that I've been teaching formally in different classroom settings for 29 years. I know I don't look that old, but apparently I am. So I've been teaching for 29 years, and the last 5 of which have been at Yay. And when I found out that Yay was closing, I was just shocked and kind of devastated, because I just don't know what I would do with myself if I didn't get to teach math to young people all the time. So I was thrilled when MMA started to coalesce, and I said right away, of course I want to be a part of that. Of course I want to keep teaching students. So for those of you who don't know anything about my classes, let me tell you a little bit. I teach 3 levels of algebra, so beginning, intermediate, and advanced algebra. I also teach geometry, which is probably my fave, but don't tell anyone. And then this year, this year in the fall semester, I'm going to teach an ACT review class that focuses just on math and science. And I'm going to teach a class on financial literacy, which is kind of designed to help students get the nuts and bolts of paychecks and savings accounts and 401ks and just the basics of what might be hitting them soon after they graduate. So the only other thing that I want to mention is my personal goal. And that is, it is my goal that students who start off saying, I hate math, or I'm just not a math person, or I'm no good at math. Those are exactly the kids that I like to have in my class, because I love to give students the sense of success and confidence that can come from math in just the most satisfying way ever. So I hope that if you're looking for a math curriculum, that you will consider doing it at MMA with me, because we will have a lot of fun and we will learn a lot of math. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Yohani Flores, who is the new Spanish teacher.
Thank you, Lei. Hola, my name is Yohani Bachmeyer Flores, and I am really happy to be joining the Mid-Metro Academy this year. I am going to be teaching, you may notice, Spanish level 1 and level 2. And as you may notice, English is not my first language. I was born in Peru, and I came to this beautiful country more than 20 years ago. So I am a native Spanish speaker, and I just love teaching not just the language, but principally the language and the culture of a Spanish-speaking country. This year, what is new is that I'm going to start using the PowerPoint presentation Each class will have one, and we're going to do a lot of interactions, conversation between the students, and my goal will be for the students just to be able to communicate, to start communicating, okay, and not be afraid of making mistakes, because mistakes are allowed, because I know by experience how is to learn a new language. So if you have any question, I'm going to be more than happy to answer. And here Rebecca comes. Rebecca.
There you go. Okay, thanks, Johanny. We're so glad that you're on board too. As you probably know, I'm Rebecca Hope. I am the English teacher at Mid-Metro Academy. I teach 3 levels of writing with confidence. That is, those classes all use the Institute for Excellence in Writing approach. This is the best writing curriculum that I ever found, and so I stopped looking because it has everything that I want to be able to teach kids how to do good writing. So students who have taken my class in the past come back to me after they've gone off to college, and they come and they say, my college professor says I'm the best writer in the class and wants to know where I learned how to write. And of course, you know, they give me the credit, but it's really this IEW curriculum, right? Because it teaches structure and style in such a way that keeps building on the skills through the writing projects all through the year. And it just gets ingrained in students how to be a good writer. So I really love this program. So I teach the 3 levels are intro and level 1 and level 2. And I'll have 2 sections of the level 1. One will be on Monday and one will be on Wednesday. Then I also teach Read, Think, Write, which is a high school literature and writing class. And this class is a very interactive class. It is a flipped classroom model because they read the literature at home, then they come to class and interact with the literature and with each other in some really unique ways. That gets them really thinking outside the box and like solving some problems. So it's perfect for both reluctant readers and writers and advanced readers and writers, which is an unusual combination that you can get, but because of the way the class is structured, it works for all students who are 9th grade and up. Then on Wednesdays, I'm going to be teaching the other half of the ACT prep that Lee doesn't teach. So I'll be doing the reading and the English and the essay writing, and that'll be that fall class to do the ACT prep. Not just for students that are planning to apply to colleges, but these are just really good sessions to review and to solidify some things maybe you didn't even know, but some really practical skills that help even in the career track, which is why we put it on Wednesday with the career track. Then in the spring, I'll be teaching the digital writing and publishing class. And in that one, the students who are in it are going to be the staff members of our Creative Arts magazine. And they're going to be putting together this magazine that will then go out to hundreds of people, and they will be a published author by having one of their pieces in the magazine as well. I'm the director of Mid-Metro Academy, so I can answer some like general questions or take feedback about the Academy. And then I'm also our PSEO coordinator, so if you have any questions on PSEO, you can stop by my room and talk to me about that. All right, and over to Kay.
I was going to be ready with that mute button and I was not. My apologies. Thanks, Rebecca. Yes, it is really fun to see some familiar faces and some new faces. And I just want to start by saying this is the open house at Yay, and now this is traditionally so inspiring to me because we get to hear from all of these people who inspire me, but I'm blessed to be counted one of our team, because what you hear from all of us is that we are passionate about what we teach, and we are also training not only in our course subject, but our classes really do provide training for students for life skills, working together as a team, presentation skills, and the list can go on. But it is always so exciting to hear everyone speak about their courses with such passion and such excitement. So I will be the tutor for the Monday science courses. I'll be offering general science, physical science, and biology. And we will be using the Apologia curriculum. And to keep this a little bit short, I'll just say my overarching theme of all my classes is to bring an awareness to students of creation around us and the intricacy and complexity of the things that that are around us and that have been made to work in such a specific way, to just bring their attention to that and let them sit with it in awe and appreciation. And so in all of the areas that we can talk about in the breakout room, what topics are covered in each of those courses, but the overarching theme is that we would all sit and stand in awe of that around us. So hope to see you in the breakout room and chat with you more there. And I will turn it over to Mindy.
Hi, my name is Mindy Lawrence, and I'm excited to be teaching the Communicating for Careers class with my friend Marit Lundstad. We've been actually working together for 11 years at another co-op and really just have a great time working together. And we're really excited to help students at Mid-Metro learn to communicate. It's really a foundational skill for students in the world today. And it's listed, when you look at like online career sites, it's listed as like number 1 or 2 on the list of top soft skills that employers want prospective employees to have. And the great thing about it is it's a skill that can be learned. And so we're excited to bring some in-class exercises, some role playing, a little improv to give kids opportunities in class to try out some of these scenarios and figure out how to be better communicators. So this is for both career track and non-career track students. Either one are welcome to our class, and we're just excited about it. Marit, you want to share some of your excitement about it too?
Yes, thank you. I'm excited to join Mid-Metro to teach this class with Mindy. As she said, we really believe communication is a foundational skill, a skill that can be taught, and we're very excited to talk with you in our breakout room about how we will teach your student this skill that will help set them apart in the marketplace and in the workforce. Thank you. Sheila?
I too was going to be ready, but I was not. I'm Sheila McAlpine. I have been teaching in co-ops since 2008. I teach ASL 1, 2, and 3, and just recently have been teaching culinary arts for the past 2 years. We found out our daughter was deaf when she was 10 months old and jumped into sign language, and it has been a passion of mine ever since. So I love teaching that. First day of class, the kids get up, they start using their hands and are able to introduce themselves and have just basic conversation day 1. So all of my classes are highly interactive. After level 1, I have level 2, and then level 3 is more of a conversational ASL. So all of my classes are heavy in vocabulary, but we are talking constantly. My other passion is culinary arts. I thought that's what I was going to do before I had kids, and ended up with 2 preemie babies, so life took a turn. And culinary arts fell in my lap 2 years ago with Yay. The teacher left, and I just on a whim asked Cher if anything ever happened with culinary arts and you needed somebody, I'd be interested. So it was just perfect timing, and it was meant to be. But my culinary classes, again, super interactive. The kids are cooking, They are learning how to use knife skills. I enjoy bringing in new things that maybe they haven't seen before. This year we did beef tongue tacos. So many of them were a little shocked with that, but it's fun to introduce new things that maybe they've never tried before, kind of open their horizons. So I would love to talk to you, love to meet your children. And Dave, it is on to you.
Thank you. I've been waiting for this opportunity because Sandy Adler inspired me about the joy of government. Everybody feels that way, I know. We try to make it a little bit interesting anyway. I teach American government. I was there when Yay started. I guess I'm here when it ends. And now I'm excited to start with Mid-Metro. So that's 21 years I've been doing it. I will be 93 when I retire. I think that's the goal here. I have promised moms that I'm going to keep teaching until I can't do it anymore. And apparently I can still do it because the students are still coming. My background is as a writer and communicator. I've actually written 50 books now. We did our 50th book this winter, 20 on healthcare. But 3 of the books that I've done are on government and related subjects. So they're part of the curriculum that comes with the American government class, plus the workbook and so forth. And I can explain all that. I take a view of Christian worldview of the founding of our government and teach from there. But we get into some of the specifics about how government works, but then how it really works. Practical experience includes managing a presidential campaign for Alan Keyes, governor's candidate campaign in the 80s, and then my own campaigns for the legislature. I work very closely with legislators even now on healthcare policy. So I'm really into government. You can tell the joy of government. I find it fascinating, even when it's COVID-19. And all the things we're going through. In the spring, we have Student Senate. Student Senate is one of the most innovative courses, I think. It's kind of like CB Productions, only they act as if they are legislators. And in fact, a lot of my student senators are also in CB Productions. And so I tell them, you know, you got to act like a legislator. And it's really fun. I'm looking on the screen here and I see students who I just interacted with this morning and their parents who were part of Student Senate. That we've been doing 19 years. It's an incredibly interesting program, challenging communication skills, debate skills, research skills, teamwork skills, and so forth. Come and see me. Happy to talk with you. And I think I'm handing off to Ryan Thornton.
Hello, my name is Ryan. I'll be teaching French next year at Mid-Metro. This past year, I've taught French at Yay Academy. That was my first and now looks like only year there. But prior to that, I had spent 5 years as a missionary with the Catholic Church in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which where I was familiar with French before that, but working in a place really with no English, where English is not spoken. That's where I became fluent there. And I went on to get my bachelor's in French, in Romance languages in general. So I'll be teaching French at Mid-Metro, and I'm glad to talk a little bit about what we did this past year at Yay Academy for French, which is it's a little bit different than Spanish, just given the class size. But I can only say great things about, if it's French or Spanish, just about second languages in general, which is another way to learn English. At least that was my experience. So that's
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ryan. So now that you know who teaches what, we're going to allow our teachers to go and head over to their individual breakout rooms. And then you're going to be able to pop in and out of different teachers' breakout rooms if all goes according to plan here. All right, so well, the technology favors us. So here's how it will work. In a moment, we'll have a little intermission time. That'll be a chance where you can get up and stretch and go get your coffee or a cookie or something like that. But before you take that break, just type into the chat. So down at the bottom of your screen, there's a chat. Open that up and type just one teacher that you want to go see first. Okay, pick the teacher you want to go see first and type that name in there, and then through some magic on our end, we will put you into that teacher's room. It may take us 5 minutes or so. So be patient with that. Enjoy a cookie. If you were on site, you would be walking down the hall and maybe run into somebody and so on. So don't hurry. You don't have to hurry to this room, right? So then once you get to this teacher's breakout room, you can spend as much time there as you want. So talk to them. The teacher may have some things to show you on the screen. You can listen in on conversations that the teacher's having with anyone else in the room, but also know that the question you ask, everyone's going to hear that's in the room. So if you do have something that's really personal, that might be better for a private email or a private phone call with the teacher. When you're ready to leave that teacher's room, you'll see in the lower right-hand corner, instead of saying leave meeting there, it will say leave breakout room. When you click on leave breakout room, a box comes up and it gives you two options: leave meeting or return to main session. So if you want to leave the meeting, if you're on the last teacher that you want to talk to and then you're done, then you can do leave meeting. But otherwise, make sure you hit that middle button, which says return to main session. Then when you get back to the main session, Lindsay will be there. If you have any questions for her or want to hear about what she's talking about, you can stay there. Or you can then type in the chat another teacher's name, and then our virtual assistant will put you into that teacher's room. So the Zoom's breakout room technology, it sometimes can be a little funky. So it might take a little while, and also depending on how much demand we're placing all at once onto our virtual assistant, who's frantically typing away to get you into the right room, it might take a little while. So just be patient with that. Enjoy your coffee and cookie, and I'm sorry that we couldn't provide that for you tonight, but maybe in the future we will be able to do that. Okay, so just remember, if you do take a break, then don't shut down your device, right? And don't log off the meeting, otherwise you'll have to log back in, which wouldn't be the end of the world. You can still log back in, but just to make it a little easier, don't log out. So remember, questions about registration and procedural type of things, stay in this main room with Lindsay or come back. Questions about career track, see Miranda Brist. If you have questions about PSEO, you can come to my room in addition to the English questions. So thank you so much for coming. It was really fun to see people, and we all look forward to talking to you in our own little rooms.
So as you're waiting to get put into your breakout rooms, you can feel free to ask me any questions that you have. You can either say them out loud, or you can put them in the chat. You can chat with me directly. If you have a question that you can send it to me directly, and then I can address it to everybody, because if you have the question, someone else might have the question too. So
hi Lindsay, this is Jody Newman-Omley speaking.
Yeah,
we're wondering, I don't know if Lee's online, but do you know the answer to, is there an age limit for the financial literacy option in the spring?
An age limit, like
do they need to be in a certain grade or age to take that course?
Let me double check here. I'll see, now I'm doing this. I think it's 7th through 12th, but it might be 9th through 12th. Let me just double check it here. Oh, that's right, I'm on the wrong page. does it not say? Oh yeah, that one is 9th through 12th. But do you have a student that's younger than 9th grade that's wanting to take it?
She'll be in 9th grade.
Oh, well, there you go. She's
She'll be-
perfect.
she'll be a
Perfect
young
age.
ninth grader.
Yep.
And then we had the same question as Russ and Tiff in the chat. Is the St. Mark's School, is that the school right in Miriam Park or the Matt Groveland neighborhood of St. Paul?
It's over by St. Thomas.
That's
Oh,
Miriam.
yes. That's just a few blocks from our home.
Oh, well, there you go.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Okay, we had a question here about what are the size limits for our classes. And that depends. A lot of them don't really have a limit at this time. I think we put it at like 36 or something because that's what we assume the room will hold. For some of those, we're going to try to get as many students into the classes and still be able to have that like smaller classroom feel. If you go onto the schedule page, you can see this example of this financial literacy class. It shows down here if there's a minimum amount of students for the class and a maximum amount of students able to take the class. And then it also shows how many spots are available still. So you can see, okay, 10 students have signed up for that class or that sort of thing. We are offering for this year only because we're not sure what our limits are going to be as far as how many people are going to come in and join. If you are wanting to register to make sure that you're all set up to do that registration process, but you're afraid that the class that you want will fill up, we are offering a full refund on the membership fee minus the PayPal fees, which we unfortunately have no control over. So you would get near like 98% of your money back if it turns out that the one class that you wanted your student to take filled up and there weren't any other classes that you were interested in. We are offering that so that you're able to register with relative peace of mind and not be afraid to get that done.
Lindsay, how do we get through to the art teacher?
Our virtual assistant is working on it. Did you write that you wanted the art teacher? Yep, he'll get you sent through. It seems
Okay.
like we're getting less and less people in this room, so it just takes a little bit of time this first set getting everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Just wondering what your address is to St. Mark's.
The address for St. Mark's? Let me see here. I don't have it. Well, let's bring up Google. I know that there's like a couple different St. Mark's. Let's just see. We are at Church of St. Mark. So it's going to be this one. Well, it's the Church of St. Mark, but it's the school that's attached to the Church of St. Mark.
Okay.
Where are we? Now I've lost myself. There we go. Okay. With the Zoom overlay, I can't see what I'm doing here. So it's going to be, this is the address here, 2001 Dayton Avenue is for the church. The school is right next door. I just realized just yesterday that we don't have the location listed on our website. So I am going to work on getting a map and all of that information up as well. We're going to be, this is the building here. well now. Okay, zoom back in. This is the building right here, and we are going to be in this side of the building. Let me add okay, so it will be on the second floor, kind of in this wing. So it'll be in the corner of Pryor and Dayton.
Second floor. Okay. And is it going to be the same kind of check-in as NEA was when you come in? Okay.
No, it's not. It's in a much much safer area of St. Paul. The crime in this area is extremely low. St. Mark's Church, because they actually house several different homeschool groups there, so they have some different systems in place as far as security is involved, and the doors are fairly well secured. And so we're going to be working with them as far as having making sure that we feel secure. However, we don't feel the need to do any sort of fingerprinting at our location.
Okay, and there'll be lunch there as well?
Yep, there will be lunch there. We will just be having lunch in the study hall rooms, and then probably open up a couple classrooms as well, so that there's enough space for all the students to have a spot for lunch.
And then when you say if we have any other questions to type or to email that address that you give, would that be you responding to our email questions?
Yep, that gets forwarded directly to my Gmail account. So that comes directly to me. And I try to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a toddler, so sometimes that gets in the way, but most of the time I'm able to respond fairly quickly.
Okay. Will there be pizzas for lunch available or not?
We have not yet figured that out. We're still looking into it. It depends on if we get our own sort of Cindy Mays on site with us or not. I think a lot of it has to do with our numbers and whether or not it would be worthwhile for someone. We will be having monitored study hall, so I guess it kind of depends. If there is anyone who's interested in filling that role, you can feel free to let us know. But it's been kind of a lower priority for us to figure that out, but we'll probably be working on that this summer to see what the need is. And if it's something that you absolutely want, absolutely send us an email.
So you don't have a paid study hall person yet?
Not yet, no.
But you hope to?
We will either do study hall as parent volunteer hours or do a paid position. Again, it depends on what the study hall numbers are starting to look like after registration. We can see what the need is going to be there.
Okay. Do you know if Mrs. Mays is coming?
We do not have that confirmed. I think that we talked to her, but I'm not sure. But I haven't heard either way on it. Last I heard was she was thinking about it.
Okay.
Someone asked if there's a contingency plan in case we see another wave of COVID-19 next school year. Yes, we do have a contingency plan. While we're not planning to offer online classes ultimately through Mid-Metro Academy, we do know that there might be a chance that a month or two out of the school year, we might have to go into lockdown again and then come out. And if that does happen, we are planning on going virtual for those class times. With the model that has been put in place already through what Yay is doing with their virtual classes. So we would then utilize Zoom or other methods of being able to give virtual instruction at that time. We do know that it's all likelihood that the public schools will be back in session this fall. And if that's the case, then obviously we're going to open up. We're very excited about that. And we will be taking extra precautions, of course, even if things are a little bit calmer or whatever, we are still going to be putting in place extra cleaning precautions to make sure that things are sanitized and things are clean in the classrooms so that we can feel as secure as possible. I know right now, like, everything is up in the air. We feel like it changes week to week. So we're going forward as best we know how, but we're not anticipating having to do like a whole semester virtual.